Welcome to this episode of Ink It Up with Jessica TV. I'm Jessica Taylor, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 ways to step up your cards. Here I have a super basic card with a cute little panda. This would be a great birthday card. And the pieces that I have are a Whisper White card base that is 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and it's just folded in half or scored at 4.25 inches. Then there is a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock that's 4 inches by 5.25 inches, a piece of striped paper that is 2 inches by 4 inches, and then my cute little panda is stamped on a piece of 2-inch by 2.5-inch Whisper White. So let's see how we can take this basic card and just step it up a little. So the first way to step up your cards is to do something with your background, and in this case I'm going to emboss my background. So I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay background and I'm going to put it inside of a polka dot folder, and then I'll run this through my Big Shot. To use an embossing folder, your Big Shot sandwich is going to be the Big Shot platform with a clear cutting pad, then your embossing folder with the paper inside, and another clear cutting pad on top. You'll see that it just gives your cardstock a nice texture, which is going to add a lot to your card. Already our card is looking just a little bit fancier. The second way to step up your cards is to add more layers. For this card, I'm going to add a lemon lime twist layer underneath the panda, and a good rule of thumb is to cut your cardstock mat, so the lemon lime twist mat behind my white mat, is to cut that layer 1/4 inch bigger. So if you look at how big they are, it's 1/4 inch bigger this way and 1/4 inch bigger that way, so that when you tape it together, it gives it a nice border. Another, if you like a smaller border, I also like to use 1/8 inch bigger all the way around, and that will give you just a smaller border all the way around. But those are the 2 measurements that I use the most. If you don't like measurements, just go ahead and eyeball it so it's about the same all around, and I find it's easier to cut first and then tape my pieces together. Along with adding layers, you can also pop this piece up on dimensionals, and that's going to make it just have a little bit more dimension and look a little bit more wow. The third way to step up your cards is to add embellishments. For this card, I'm just going to add a simple bottle that the panda is holding. This was cut out from a designer series paper in the same pack as the stripes paper. And then I think this party panda also needs a hula skirt. So I took just a scrap of Bermuda Bay cardstock and kind of trimmed it down so that it fit on the panda's waist. Then you can take your paper snips and just snip up to make the little grass skirt part. And these are not super even, but it's gonna look super cute. So then I just kind of take my fingers and ruffle it up a little bit so it gives it some movement. And then I would take just a little line of glue and tape that right to my panda so that my panda is now a hula party panda. So when you add embellishments, you can add any kind of embellishments. There are so many different options: ribbon, enamel shapes, rhinestones. The sky is the limit. So don't be afraid to take a basic card design and make it your own through stepping it up. Now, I'd love to hear what your favorite way to step up your cards is, so please share it in the comments below. If you liked this video, hit the like button below and share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.